Hey, what is up guys? This is Norman3000. For today, this is going to be a bit different. I will be sharing a story with me and Pokemon, especially the events before I fell in love with this franchise. This is not a review. This is me basically sharing an experience from about 20 years ago. I first knew of Pokemon through GMA. They were airing commercials for it all week long, and being a kid, I was hyped. As Friday rolled around, I remember it distinctly because my dad was super pissed when it replaced his favorite anime. Prior to Pokemon, Friday 7 or 7:30 PM was reserved to Voltes 5. I loved Voltes 5 too. It was a bonding moment for me and my dad, and this was his favorite anime. Yeah, I remembered he was pissed and did not bother to watch Pokemon. But me, I was super excited. Though honestly, I don't remember anything about the first episode except from the clip shared throughout social media. It was maybe a few days later when there was an event on our school. Back then, if there were events on the school like Foundation Day or Intrams, we were allowed to bring electronics. This was the early 2000s. This restriction was basically useless to normies like me. But two of my richer classmates brought their Game Boy Colors. They both had Pokemon and they both had Link Cable. They decided to battle. Everyone huddled around. It was Charizard versus Charizard. What else would it be? Though one was level 100 and one was level 85, both were using Cut. Hey, at this point, we were 9 or 10 years old. When we had to teach Cut, it was probably to a Charmeleon. The one with the level 85 Charizard lost, obviously. Either way, it was hype, it was epic, it was the greatest thing my young mind has ever witnessed and wanted. I wanted my own Game Boy, but at this point, our family was not in a place where we could afford luxuries. I had no choice but to wait. That summer, my godmother/aunt had a surprise. She bought a Game Boy Color, but it was not for me. It was more of a bribe for me to stay at their house during the summer break. I had always been staying there regardless of a Game Boy, but this was the greatest bribe I have ever received. I still have that Game Boy, but it has a broken screen. This yellow Game Boy that I'm showing right now is a different purchase from years later. The Game Boy came with a cartridge that has multiple games. I actually have it saved here, and it had Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, and Silver. Since my favorite color then was red, and the box art was Charizard, I had to play Pokemon Red. Fortunately for me, I was into reading even at a young age, so a text-heavy game wasn't really a detriment to me. I am very curious, do 9 to 10-year-olds find Pokemon games appealing? I won't ever have kids, so I can't test it out myself. With Pokemon Red, the prevailing memory I had was me using a Master Ball on Haunter on a trainer on Sabrina's gym. In my defense, the president from Saffron Co. told me this ball catches any Pokemon without fail. By then, I really thought that this bypassed the Pokemon owned by another trainer. I was not familiar with soft resetting either, so that Master Ball was lost. To be young and dumb. I remembered finishing Red easily because my cousins used the duplicate glitch on rare candies. While Yellow was basically the same, it was vastly different experience-wise. For one, it was much harder than Red, especially with Brock as the first trainer. I remembered leveling up my Caterpie to Butterfree for the confusion. Getting Metapod to evolve to Butterfree felt like an eternity. Years later, I learned that I could have gotten a Mankey and leveled it up to level 9. You also cannot do the duplicate here on Yellow like on Red and Blue, so it provided a bit more challenge. Overall, I had a great time and I have always preferred playing Yellow over Red and Blue. They added colors, the ability to get all 3 starter Pokemon, the better sprite work that resembles the anime, Jessie and James, and the fact that Pikachu follows you around and reacts to anything you do made me fall in love with the franchise. While I haven't finished Gen 8 and haven't started Gen 9, Pokemon is still one of the best slot of games I have ever played, and Generation 1 was the one who started it all. Thank you so much for watching guys. I hope you liked this very short story about me and Pokemon. I plan to do more videos on other Pokemon games on the Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and the Game Boy Advance. Consider helping the channel out by sharing, and subscribing. This has been Norman3000. See you soon, and happy gaming!